Mike Tyson has just exposed Jake Paul for using steroids ahead of their highly anticipated mega fight. Paul is no stranger to steroid accusations, and his recent epic transformation has caught the attention of many, including his upcoming opponent, Iron Mike. Now, I've been raising eyebrows at Jake's heavy physique, so it's about time Mike's catching on to it. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is causing more concern than any fight in history, so let's dive deep and talk about Jake's substance use. Hear me out, folks. Mike accusing Jake of being juiced up ahead of their fight didn't come as a surprise to anyone. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Jake has often found himself in hot waters for using performance enhancement drugs. Mike should have seen this coming. Of course, if a guy like Jake is getting ready to step into the ring with a boxing legend, he's going to do everything in his power to win, even if that means turning to steroids. Not everyone is a natural, and Jake's transformation shows that he clearly wasn't. Even before Mike Tyson pointed out the YouTuber's substance use, Dana White called on White to get tested for steroids while labeling him a cheater. Their feud started when Jake challenged Dana White to get tested for cocaine abuse. The UFC president fired back at Paul and agreed to get tested for cocaine for 10 years if the influencer boxer agreed to let White randomly test him for steroids for the next 2 years.
Randomly cocaine test me for the next 10 years. I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
Paul decided to shake the bet off by adding another term to it and agreed to get tested if White tested every single fighter in the UFC for steroids. There was not a chance on earth the UFC president was going to agree to it, so their bet fell apart. Smart move, Jake. Now, you don't really need a drug test to know the guy is on some secret juice. It's pretty obvious. Just compare his physique from when he fought Tommy Fury to his recent training videos because Jake is looking massive. The transformation has the fight world thinking that Jake has reached his prime, but of course Jake Paul, even in his prime, has got nothing on Iron Mike. Yeah, the boxing legend couldn't care less about his upcoming opponent's physique.
I don't know if he's in his prime, he's fat. He should be lean and mean, he's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day, he's fat. I thought, did you start training already?
Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas. He's not gonna win. Look at, he can't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How's he gonna knock me out? What's the other guy? Anderson Silva. He didn't knock those little guys. How's he gonna knock me out? Who did he knock out? Who did he knock out? Little children. He didn't knock out, never knocked out a real man. Come on. I can't even get mad at this guy because everybody know this guy's talking out of his ass. And stealing money. I'm up here just stealing money fighting him. Well, just come to the fight and you'll see. Listen, I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him.
Footage of Mike Tyson's comments. No matter how big Jake gets or how many steroids he takes, he's not gonna scare Mike Tyson's Seaman. He's a child compared to the boxing legend. Mike has been fighting in the ring even before Jake was born. It doesn't take much to realize that a boxing legend isn't going to be scared of a newbie influencer boxer. But taking steroids? That's a dirty move on Jake's part, and you can't deny it. Jake Paul's rise in influencer boxing is one for the books. He made his boxing debut in 2019 against fellow YouTuber Deji Olatunji. He then made his pro boxing debut 2 years later against Ali Hassan Gibb in 2020 and walked out with a knockout victory. Jake's the face of influencer boxing, and now he plans on taking over the professional game too, but that of course is easier said than done. But the boxer's making a rise with PEDs in his corner. Earlier, Tyron Woodley also accused Jake of being juiced up and revealed that the influencer boxer was showing signs of using steroids.
Speaking of bumps,
went right over it.
Those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be happy to take PEDs, are you?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right now,
no, I'm just asking.
Go ahead.
'Cause I was just wondering, I looked at your face, it looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you acting all unorthodox, you know, those are signs of the PEDs.
I'm enraged. I'm not enraged at all.
Are you taking PEDs?
No, sir.
Not at all? Okay.
No, sir.
That's
Do you
what
think
I
he's on
feel
PEDs?
like. I don't care. You can be on horse tranquilizer steroids, can get a whole new body from Walmart. You're still getting slept.
Come on, Jake was sweating after Tyron questioned him, and he looked like a kid lying to the cops with that "no, sir." If anything, this video confirmed his illegal substance use, and fans started taking shots at the YouTuber for playing dirty in his fights. Drama Alert tweeted, "Jake Paul caught on steroids," while a fan added, "Both Pauls are steroid addicts." It came as a shock to everyone when both Paul brothers switched from making slime videos on YouTube to making their debut in professional sports. While Jake is gearing up to fight Mike Tyson, Logan Paul is signed with WWE and holds the title of WWE United States Champion. He participated in his last professional wrestling match during the Royal Rumble in 2024. Fans believe that both brothers are on some secret juice that's helping them with this drastic change in their careers. It's not every day you see a YouTuber fighting Iron Mike, right? There's gotta be something going on behind the scenes. Jake's steroid rumors resurfaced again when he was getting ready to step into the ring with Nate Diaz. Paul was not nearly as muscular when he fought Tommy Fury as when he was fighting Diaz, and fans started raising eyebrows. It wasn't hard to see that something was off with his physique. It was confirmed that the athlete was at least taking testosterone replacement therapy. Now, it's important to note that this was influencer boxing, so there was no regulatory body that was preventing him from taking any kind of performance enhancement drug. It was a dirty move, but it was 100% legal. However, Paul's upcoming fight with Mike is a professional bout that will go on both fighters' records. The bout is being sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations, so Paul will be in deep waters if he tests positive for any illegal substance. Yeah, he's not going to get away with it this time around. Mike Tyson isn't coming to play. He's damn serious about the fight, even if he's fighting an influencer who's 30 years younger than him. There's no denying that Mike's got a champion's mentality, and he trains the same for every fight despite his opponents. So even in a fight with a YouTuber, Iron Mike is giving it his all. The best part? He's looking unstoppable. You need to have mad respect for Mike at this point, because even in his 50s, he's hustling like he used to during his prime.
Day 2, we're getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's no way you can tell this is a man who's pushing 60s. He's hitting those pads with force, sprinting as fast as ever, and he has still got all the power he did when he was a champion. If I were Jake Paul, I'd be trembling in my boots right about now. This is a man who has smashed the hell out of people before, and he's in savage mode again, so Paul's making the bed for his funeral. When asked what diet Mike is taking to prepare for his highly anticipated comeback, the legend revealed that he's been eating raw meat. Yeah, you heard that right. Raw meat's coming in clutch because he's looking as ripped as a 20-year-old. That physique without PEDs? Jake can definitely learn a thing or two. While we're on the topic of substance use and therapies the fighters are taking to get ready for the big bout, Mike's also undergoing medical treatments to prepare his body for the bout. No, don't fret, because he's not doing anything illegal. Amon, it's Mike Tyson. He plays fair and square, and you know that. Mike Tyson's undergoing hormone replacement therapy has been well documented. Even Joe Rogan has advocated the benefits he's reaped by going through the HRT treatment. During the recent JRE MMA show episode, the 56-year-old told his guest, Max Holloway, that hormone replacement, unlike other kinds of therapies, works wonders on people in their 50s.
Hormone replacement's a game changer. It's a different thing. Like, a 57-year-old man today, like Mike Tyson, it's like, that's not a 57-year-old man from 1994.
Rogan said, the thing about old people today, that's what's interesting about this Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. Old people today have hormone replacement. Hormone replacement is a game changer. It is important to note that when hormone replacement therapy is administered to males, it focuses on the restoration of the balance of hormones in one's body. The treatment is focused on fixing the imbalance in testosterone levels, increasing the density of the bones, and re-energizing the male body. And that's why Rogan claimed that the approach to health for people in their 50s now is totally different from the people who were in their 50s 3 decades ago. This treatment has many boxing pros betting against Jake Paul in the upcoming bout. Let's face the facts. Yes, Mike Tyson is one of the best boxers of our time, but him at 60 fighting a 27-year-old? There's a lot to consider when making predictions for Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Firstly, the insane age difference, of course. You can't just rule out the fact these opponents have a 30-year age gap. Secondly, Mike's a pro champion. He has the experience of decades, and his fight IQ can't be topped. All that experience is going to give him some major advantage in the ring. Jake, on the other hand, he's been in the boxing game for not even 5 years. You do the math, Mike's got the upper hand when it comes to experience. And his hormone therapy is going to help his body move with his mind. Mike Tyson was known for being one of the most ferocious combat sports athletes ever. Even today, he still carries that aura, which has made people want to believe that he could easily beat a YouTube content creator like Jake Paul. Moreover, when Max Holloway watched the Iron's training footage, he came to conclude that a knockout win for the 57-year-old is highly possible. Did you see the clips of him Tyson moving, bro? Imagine he goes in there and just clips the guy, bro. Joe Rogan seemed to agree, but he's still not too sure about the sizable age gap between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. The UFC commentator also claimed to be oblivious to the physical state the youngest heavyweight boxing champion is currently in. But regardless, Rogan cited one way that can earn Tyson a win, and that's by putting pressure on Paul at the very beginning of the fight. He's going to be hell on wheels in the first round for sure, because I don't know how long he can go, I don't know what his joints feel like or his back feels like, I don't know what really going on. There's a dark chamber in Mike's mind, and all his epic knockout recipes lie there. If the legend is able to access even 30% of that chamber, it's game over for Jake Paul. No amount of steroids can save him from this one. So what are your thoughts on Jake's dirty move? Let me know in the comments.